The first time I saw the king. He was standing over a grave that had just been closed. Everyone else looked sad, but the king was smiling. And that was the moment I knew something in our village was very wrong. I grew up in a small village in southern Nigeria. One road, one market, and one ruler. King Ade people bowed whenever he walked past, but nobody looked him in the eyes. My father once told me something I never forgot. A good king protects his people. Then he looked toward the king's palace. A bad king protects only himself. One evening, a hunter named Musa ran into the village square. He looked terrified. He was sweating like he had seen a ghost. "Something is wrong in the forest," he said. The elders asked him what he saw. Musa said the king's guards were digging. At first, nobody cared. But then he said something that made the whole village quiet. They were digging up graves. The next morning, my friend Chaik and I went into the forest. We thought Musa was lying, but then we saw it. A pit, a huge pit. Inside it were bodies, bones, and fresh graves that had been opened. Before we could leave, a guard shouted from the trees, "Who is there?" We ran for our lives. That night the king called a meeting. The whole village gathered in the square. King Adewale sat on his throne and spoke calmly. "Some people say the spirits of our ancestors are leaving us." Then he leaned forward. "We must keep them here." One man asked how. The king smiled. "We return the dead to the earth, together." At the time, none of us understood what he meant. 3 days later, Musa disappeared. Then one night, the drums sounded again. We gathered in the square. Musa was tied to a pole, alive. The king accused him of spreading lies. The guard removed the cloth from Musa's mouth, and Musa screamed the truth. "He feeds them to the pit." The village gasped, but the king only looked annoyed. "Our ancestors protect this land," he said. "Sometimes they need company." After that night, people began disappearing. The healer, the old woman, my friend Chaik's uncle, anyone who spoke too much. The pits in the forest grew larger, and nobody dared ask questions. One night, my father woke me up. "We are leaving," he whispered. He said he heard the king's guards talking. They believed the more bodies buried in the forest, the stronger the king would become. The next day, 20 villagers were supposed to disappear. So we ran before sunrise, and we never came back. Years later, soldiers came to our village. They found the pits, many pits, bones, everywhere. The king was taken away in chains, but the soldiers said something strange. Some of the graves were still moving, like something underneath was trying to crawl out. And the king had left one pit open, a very deep one, waiting for more bodies.